What's up, everybody? Welcome to what I promised. I'm going to talk a little Smackdown and Rampage just ended. And man, does this shit suck. Can I just quickly get through this? I'm going to quickly get through it. It's not going to be a long stream. Smackdown started with Pat McAfee talking shit to Baron Corbin, and I mean, I don't know if you give a fuck, but I know I don't. But Pat McAfee seems to be comfortable in the ring when he cuts promos. It's not bad. He's very good at it. He's a showman. He always has been. Baron Corbin is not that good. I don't see that match being very good at SummerSlam. I assume they're going to fight at SummerSlam. I don't see it being very good. Then the show proceeded to have a 25-minute women's segment, which put me to bed, which was, I don't even remember. That's believe no. Liv Morgan fought Natalie Neidhart. That's what it was. And it was like a 20-minute segment. The match was what you expect from them. Just I do a move, you do a move bullshit, which is what pro wrestling is today. Kind of pathetic if you ask me, but I'm not gonna beat a dead horse on this streams and shit where I'm gonna tell you the same tired ass shit over and over and over again. It's a waste of time. So, but it was just move for move, and it didn't really get anywhere. But Liv Morgan won, and then there was a segment with the New Day dressed up as the Viking dudes, and I guess the Viking dudes are bad guys now. I will say the one guy got fat. The other one that wasn't fat, he got fat now. He got man tits now. I guess that's what happens when you have a kid. Just get lazy, collect money. I get it. Who gives a shit? But I guess they're bad guys, and they're going to fight the New Day at SummerSlam, too. I don't know. At least that's what it seems what they're setting up for. And that segment ended flat, not interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority here. But is anybody else over the New Day? Like, I'm kind of over the New Day. Like, do we really? I don't know. You know, great guys, like great talent in the ring, both of them, Kofi and Xavier Woods. But it's just like, I think it's boring now. It's not funny no more. It's just, they come out and dressed as them. They tell these like very PG kid like jokes. It just, like he brings up too many video game references. Listen, I'm a nerd just like the next guy, but we don't have to like make it part of our character, do we? You know, Xavier Woods brought up Assassin's Creed, and that's the way they dress. So I don't fucking know, but it was just like enough. So that was boring. Then the next match was some girl, Aaliyah, I think her name was, versus Lacey Evans, who came out and actually I called it happening. I said, if this girl's smart when she gets to the ring and she says, if you guys don't show me respect, I ain't gonna wrestle in front of you. And that's pretty much what she did. So that at least they got that kind of right. But she cut a promo at the beginning, and it just wasn't good. Like she's not that good on the mic. Like she has good heat. Don't get me wrong. Like I like what they're kind of doing with the gimmick, but like I just don't think she's very good. I don't know. Just at least from what I've seen. Like I said, I've watched wrestling for 40 years now. I've fucking been involved in it for 25 to 27 years, so I kind of know what is good and what is not. So take that advice as you will. If not, go fuck yourself. I really don't care. But it wasn't good. She didn't wrestle, but the segment was kind of like, bleh. And then there was an interview backstage with Austin Theory. Paul Heyman tried to talk him out of cashing in at SummerSlam, basically saying that if you don't cash in, and we can bill it, and you can make a lot more money that way. But it didn't work. Austin Theory said he's still cashing in. Doesn't matter. And then the middle's kind of just like, I don't really remember what happened. You know, all I remember is Madcap Moss fought Austin Theory, which was a pretty good match. It wasn't bad. I think this is safe to say that Austin Theory and Madcap Moss are probably the future of WWE. I think it's safe to say. So I think you better get used to seeing those guys around. Because Madcap Moss has something. I see it. I just think he's very green still within the WWE. He's probably been wrestling for a very long time, but I think he's just starting to figure things out. And I think once he gets something that people can attach to, I think he'll be good. I think Madcap Moss has something, and he's comfortable on camera talking. He's not. It doesn't seem like it's forced, which is good. That's what you expect. Same thing with Austin Theory. Like Theory, while he has the ugliest smile I've ever seen on a human being, is very comfortable on the mic, and it's not bad in the ring. Very old school. I like the match. I like the style. So, like I said, I just have a feeling that those are the future. That's the future right there. You just saw like a nice little glimpse that a match that they'll probably be playing back 20 years from now, talking about this is where it all started or whatever. What else? Okay, so then after that, Austin Theory is cutting a promo because Sami Zayn came out. And Sami Zayn goes, how dare you think you can cash in against the Tribal Chief? And he started talking shit. And then Austin Theory said, well, what are you going to do with one arm? Because I guess he's got an arm in a sling. I guess he's hurt. And he goes, what the fuck are you going to do? Bop, bop, bop. And then just as he said that, the Usos themes hit. And Jey Uso's in the main event against Dawkins of the Street Profits. And like, so they come out and then it just goes right into the main event. And that match is what you expect it to be with Jay and Dawkins. Dawkins actually won, which I was surprised about. I didn't expect that to happen. But he did win. And I guess, it's a tag team match at SummerSlam. And the winner, the winner is Jeff Jarrett. The referee, I'm sorry, the winner. The special guest referee, they were like teasing it all night. There's a special guest referee announced for the tag team match at SummerSlam. Guest referee announced at SummerSlam. And at the end, Adam Pearce comes out, Scrap Iron. He comes walking out and he goes, I found the perfect man for the job. And then it was like a 2-minute vignette about Jeff Jarrett. And I was just like, this crowd could give a shit less, man. Like, they couldn't care less. I think you could pay them. They didn't give a fuck about Jeff Jarrett. That's the thing. Listen, Jeff Jarrett's a great talent. I'm not going to ever knock his ability in the ring, but in terms of getting over and appealing to fans, it was never there. And if you think it was there, you are fucking crazy if you think it was. Because it's not. Jeff, like I said, Jeff Jarrett's good, but, he didn't, I don't know. He was in WWE in 1995. With some, it was 94 to 90, was it early 96, I think? Because I think he was on the Rumble. Because didn't he fight, I fights Ahmed Johnson in the 1996 Royal Rumble, and he kabongs him with the guitar off the second rope, knocking Ahmed completely out. I think that was the Royal Rumble in 1996, and I think Jarrett was out shortly after that, because then he surfaced on WCW with the whole Four Horsemen thing. So he was only in the WWE from 1994 to 1995. Most of this fucking audience that's grown up, they don't really know him. And even though, like if you're gonna count his TNA stuff, nobody really watched TNA. I mean, fuck, how many people actually watch TNA wrestling? Especially kids now. Kids don't fucking watch TNA. They don't know fucking Impact Wrestling is, and they don't watch the old shit, so they don't know who Jeff Jarrett is. So you show Jeff Jarrett's fucking face on the screen, that was the exact reaction I expected. Silence. It was total silence. Like no one cheered, no one went bananas. I guess they thought because Jarrett's from Nashville, it'll work because like SummerSlam's gonna be in Tennessee Stadium where the Titans play. So I assume that's what they were going for. But I don't know where they were tonight. I wasn't paying attention. But man, did that fall flat. Man, did that fall flat. No one gave a shit. No one cared. So I feel bad because Jeff Jarrett, like I said, he's good. But like I said, it's just the crowd doesn't care about that shit no more. They don't. If it was Daniel Bryan, it might have worked. If it was like somebody from that era, like the 2012, 2014, like, that we went CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, all those guys. All the guys that are in AEW, if one of those guys were to come back, that'd be sick. I think they would, I don't know if maybe they were trying to tease like what people could think could be some surprise, but like, but WWE now, you just expect the worst, or you just expect to be disappointed. I don't want to say the worst, but you expect to be disappointed. And I think that's the problem now with people. People watch that shit with the expectation to be disappointed. And if you go in with the expectation to be disappointed, you're usually disappointed. So no matter what you do, it's always going to be disappointing. But Jeff Jarrett, that's kind of disappointing coming from somebody who grew up and watched Jeff Jarrett. Like I said, Jeff Jarrett never connected with me. I didn't give a fuck about Jeff Jarrett. He was a bad guy whole career. He was never a babyface. When was he a babyface? Why are we acting like Jeff Jarrett was like this big legend? He's not. He started TNA, had the company taken from him, started another company, it failed. He makes shit about him constantly. There was always the fucking dirt sheets were always talking about how he would make shit about him. Right? I know I'm not crazy when I say that. I remember reading all that crap about Jeff Jarrett. I mean, how many times did Jeff Jarrett put the belt on him in TNA? Put the belt on himself? How many people did he beat? I mean, do we all have to refer to you to the rise and fall of WCW when the guy said, Kern said he broke 1,000 guitars, never drew a dime? Like, I love how we selective memory and we forget all this shit because time just goes on and we just forget. Like, no, that doesn't work that way, man. It doesn't work that way. He doesn't, like I said, I'll never take away what Jeff Jarrett does in the ring in terms of ability, but like, he's a fucking nobody. At least nowadays. By this era's logic, he's a fucking nobody. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Jeff Jarrett. But okay. He's the special guest referee in a tag match on SummerSlam. Big deal. That's not going to make the match any better. It's going to be the same spot fest it always is when they fight each other. It doesn't matter anymore. It's just move for move now. It doesn't matter who's fucking the referee. It's just, there's no storytelling. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. And I know it's time to, it's the new era. You gotta let it be. Don't be that guy. Get off my lawn. Don't be the fucking my era, my time. I get that. But fucking Christ, man. This was supposed to be an art form. This was an art form. And it's just not an art form anymore. It's just not. It's literally just an athletic competition. And if you like that stuff, then okay, you found the thing for you. But for the people who love the storytelling, that's why they're complaining. That's why they're complaining. They don't like this shit. This move-for-move bullshit with no selling and the strong style and this fighting spirit shit. Do me a favor and leave that shit in Japan. Leave it there. You want to do a shit, go there. That's where it is. Go there. Stop trying to bring it here. Here, it's a fucking comic book. Come to life. If you don't like that, too fucking bad. That's what it is. That's what it is. And don't tell me those ways don't work, because they always work. They always work. Whenever I'm at an indie show, I see an old timer come out and he applies the old ways. All you fucking dipshits go nuts for him. When I'm sitting behind the television screen, while I'm live editing, producing the show. Every time I hear it, you guys are going bananas for the old ways. So don't tell me they don't work, because they still do work. Okay? This move for move bullshit is not going to continue on. It's going to bury the business. It's going to hurt it badly. It already is. The casual fan can't get into things. And trust me, I've heard them talk. Well, I don't know who the good guy is. Who's the bad guy? I don't understand what's going on here. They're just doing moves. I've heard that 1,000 times. The internet fan has won because this is what they wanted to see, and now they're getting it, and they loved it. They're fucking relishing in it. But the true professional wrestling fan, like, listen, I know about NWA. On Spot Monkey Radio this Sunday at 9:30 live. I'm going to be watching NWA wrestling. I'm going to be talking about it. So don't die. I understand about pro wrestling being a fucking, let's fight. I get that. You can apply that style of thinking. Yes, I'm totally with it. But it's got to make it make sense, please. Just make it make sense. That's all I'm asking. Is that too much? Is that too much to fucking ask? Well, Jesus Christ, man. But like I said, I'm not going to sit here and complain for fucking 25 minutes because I can do that if you want, but I'm not going to. But anyway, that was it. Jeff Jarrett was announced. Even the wrestlers didn't care, by the way. They cut back to the wrestlers. They don't give a shit. They're like, Jeff Jarrett, who gives a shit? And they start fighting. So, like, they didn't even give a shit. They didn't even give a shit. So why should I, as a paying customer, give a shit? Hello? Why should I give a shit about Jeff Jarrett if the fucking guys in the ring who are going to be reffed by him don't care? I'll wait. Exactly. Silence. Because people are fucking stupid. That's another thing I'm going to address. I curse way too much, and I'm not going to curse anymore. Unless you piss me off, then I can't help it. Watching this stuff really upsets me, man. I used to do it, man. I knew exactly how to do it. Got hurt. Can't help that. I mean, I was able to come back from it, but then I got really hurt, and I could never do it again. So, things happen. And now I got to sit and watch it be just done wrong. Just done wrong. Sometimes I feel like those old guys, like, they watch and go, Jesus Christ, man, I can't do that right. Just like, want to smoke like a Newport. Just be like, what the fuck are you doing in my business? You know? But I didn't earn my stripes. I understand that. And I understand if you tell me to shut my fucking mouth because who the hell did I ever beat? I get that. But that's the beauty of this fucking website, right? I can say whatever I want. Blow it out of your ass. So I turned on Rampage. And the first match was, I mean, literally, it started went right to a match. The no entrances guys were in the ring. It was John Silver and his tag team partner versus Aleister Black and the other dude, big dude, Brody King. And I was excited. Listen, John Silver and that other guy's not bad. Alex Reynolds, I think his name is. They're not bad. They're pretty good. For an opening contest, it wasn't terrible. It was good. It was what you expect. The Tyler Black and them guys went over. Aleister Black or Malakath Black, whatever his fucking name is. They went over, and what was interesting was the promo after. They showed Miro, and he was like sitting in the shadows, and he was asking God, what kind of sign was he sending him? Should he take out the House of Black, or should he join it? So that was interesting. See Miro with them. I don't understand where that would go, but I'm not the mark booking the wrestling there, so wrong Tony. So that was that. And then Lee Moriarty, I think his name was, fought Gresham. I didn't realize how. Let me just start out by saying this. I didn't realize how small Jonathan Gresham was. Jesus Christ, is that guy small. Tiny. But I watched, that was okay. It was just a wrestling match for the ROH World Championship. It was just a typical. Jonathan Gresham is a good-ass wrestler, but he's like a shoot wrestler. That's what he does, you know? He's a fucking, that's, I think he's like gotten over, like I think he's like in college and collegiate and shit like that, so he's very good at it. I could be wrong, I don't know. But he's very tiny. I mean, he's shorter than Tully Blanchard. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. How tiny are you? And then I like looked at it and I said, he's even shorter than his girlfriend, Jordan Grace. And it's like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? But he won. He beat Lee Moriarty as you would expect him to, because Moriarty is a fucking nobody, and this guy's the ROH champion. If that means anything, I don't really know, because I don't care about ROH. But So he beats him, and then he gets on the mic and he says, "You're gonna see me a lot more here because I'm gonna make it my mission to tap out or out wrestle all of your favorite guys." Bleh. And then Tully Blanche took the mic and said some words, and then they left. Who cares, right? After that, somebody else fought. No, after that, that black bald dude. That's where Jade Cargill came to try to convince Lee Moriarty to leave. The weird dude, Evan Bourne from WW. I don't know his name. It's Seidel. Came over and asked him to why you with this loser, you can join us, we can turn you into a winner. Lee Moriarty was starting to listen to it, and then Seidel was like, "Man, fuck, forget him. I got something for you. A great match. Somebody's gonna show you respect." And then he brought out Dante Martin. It's like, what? Okay. So then Dante Martin goes, "Love, respect, and pro wrestling." Ugh. And they shook each other's hands. And I said, "It's funny you say that, even though you're just gonna do 100 flips next week." Fucking Dante Martin, Mr. High Flyer, talking about pro wrestling, whatever, dipshit. So there's that. Sucked. And then after that, something else happened. I checked out at one point. I forgot what I was doing, but I really wasn't paying attention to what was happening. Statlander and Ember Moon, Athena now comes out basically in cosplay now. That's what she does now. She comes to entrance with wings that open up. Something that I see on the internet that cosplayers make all the time. Okay, congratulations, you're a cosplayer. We got that. Again, this nerd stuff that's coming to wrestling. I understand about being a nerd. Trust me, I collect action figures. I do it all too. I get it. I do not judge you for it. But try to be different on the thing. I give you Fallen Angel, wings. I understand that. I get it. But you should save that stuff for like big shows. Make it mean something when you come out with that stuff. You know? Have something, on a smaller base where you can just use it for every Wednesday or whatnot. But hold on. Hold on. But like save that stuff. Make it a big deal. If you see it every Friday, although I don't. This is the first time I watch Rampage ever, by the way. But if you see it every Friday or whatever Wednesday, whenever she's on TV, and then it's like, all right, with the wings, we get it, But it's cool when it's a big time entrance, like All Out or the big pay per views, and you come out with it and a big cool entrance. Like I said, the whole cosplay thing, adding it into wrestling is smart, but it's got to be done correctly. And while I get her gimmick, I don't get it because they don't really apply a lot of level of thinking to it. They just think wearing big metal wings that open up on a servo is, understanding my gimmick that I'm a fallen angel, but it's really not because you just look like a regular cosplay girl with a stupid name. They wrestled the Renegade Twins. That's it. It was okay, I guess. I didn't, like I said, I checked out. Athena and this girl went over, and then one of, I guess, Jade Cargill's underlings got on the apron and started talking crap to Ember Moon. Then Statlander comes up from behind her, throws her in the ring, and they beat her up a little bit. They give her like a finish type move, like a tag team finish. And then Jade Cargill and I think it's Kiera Hogan is her name, came to the ring and they schmozzed it out. I guess they're gonna have a match. I don't know. Again, I don't watch Rampage all that. This is the first time I've ever watched it. Since we started this Spot Monkey Radio up thing again, I have to start watching this shit so I can talk about it. So, but yeah, that was that. Then they cut to I guess this is a thing with Mark Henry where he interviews the main event guys right before they go out. And it was Penta and his brother Phoenix versus the private party guys, Cassidy and the other dude, I don't know the other guy's name. And they were with the guy from WWE, the Mexican dude. Idolo is what they kept calling him on here. Andrade, that's what his name was, okay? Andrade. And Andrade, there's a reason why he didn't get over in WWE, and I don't want to be an asshole and say it, but it's because he can't speak the language, and it's not I'm not taking shots at his culture or whatever the case may be. But I'm telling you, this is the truth. You can't, fans can't understand. They can't react and they can't identify with the gimmick if they don't understand what you're saying. It would be bad even if I went out there and spoke perfect English and made no fucking sense at all. That's what it sounds like. So if I went out there and I just spewed a bunch of words and they didn't understand it, they wouldn't be able to identify with me. They wouldn't get what I'm doing. They wouldn't care. That's why they don't care. Plain and simple. I don't want to sound like an asshole. I'm not taking shots at him that he can't speak the language all that well. I don't expect him to learn the language. He doesn't have to do whatever the fuck he wants. But I'm just telling you, if you want to get over in America as an American professional wrestler, you got to learn the language so that you can connect to the fans. It'd be the same thing if I went to Mexico. I'd have to learn Spanish. Yeah, I could speak English. I have a translator, but that shit won't work. If I speak Spanish, now they can connect to me because now I'm speaking to them, me, not through somebody. And that's the problem with Penta and Phoenix. They talk, then they have a translator behind them talk, and by that time, I don't care, bud. But if I understood Spanish, now I feel like he's talking to me, and I understand it. Now, should I learn Spanish to understand him? Yeah, sure, I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I'm not going to, okay? Because I don't have to. But if I went there, I would have to. And I would. Because then I can connect with their fans. Same thing if you go to Japan, you should learn Japanese so you could speak to the fans directly, the way Kenny Omega did, the way Tyson Tomko did before he went fucking crazy. Same thing with Albert, Scott Flash Norton. I think these guys all speak Japanese, so they go out there, they can speak to the wrestlers, and they can speak to the fans. Because especially if you're a babyface in those countries, that makes them love you more because now they can connect to you. They can speak to you. That's all I'm saying. Try to say that as politically correct as possible. If I'm not, please let me know. But that's the bottom line. It goes for anybody. That's why Shinsuke Nakamura probably will never get a shot at the main title because you got to go on all these like Roman Reigns. He goes on Jimmy Fallon. He goes on these shows. He's got to be able to speak the language. There shouldn't be a language barrier, or at least a bad one, the way it is with these guys. Be one thing if you could speak it and understand it very well. Okay, they have patience. They'll let you talk, but they're not going to want to deal with it. They're just not going to want to tell you because God forbid, because then we get in trouble. Well, you're racist. No, idiot. It's just hard to talk. It's hard to have a conversation. I don't know what to say. Because I don't know if he understands me. I don't know if I'm going to understand him. I don't want to offend him. That's all it is, dummies. Stop being so fucking sensitive. Simple. But that happened. That was the main event. They came out. They did a bunch of spots to each other, as you expect. They no-sell. Then there's a big Smaz finish at the end where Idolo's buddy, Roosh, comes running out. And he goes to... It's so ass backwards. He hits Penta with the forearm, knocks him out. Then he picks him up and he goes to run him to the corner. And instead he runs him right into one of the private party where he does a Canadian destroyer. Rush rolls out of the ring and leaves, thinking that, oh, well, that was it. Meanwhile, Penta just reversed your move. What are you doing? Then he rolls right up, no-sells the elbow to the back of the head, tags in Phoenix. Phoenix gets in, has a fucked up knee, but still picks this guy up and pile drives him in some weird driver move that only fucking Excalibur can name. It was just dumb. It was dumb. They win, and Idolo looks like a moron. What group do you have? It makes no goddamn sense. Can someone please tell me what's going on in pro wrestling today? This is why I don't watch it, because I see it constantly at indie shows. It's just not good. People don't fucking get it. It's a goddamn art form, man. From point A to point B, you don't get it. You just look at each other and do moves. I'll do this, you do this, I do this, you do this, I do this, you do this, and then it'll end. That's not how this works. That's not how it works, dummy. Fucking Christ, man. Audiences are just there now, just there. They don't even know what they're watching. They're so stupid, they don't even get it. But I'm not going to sit here and knock everybody because I don't give a shit. I really don't. I'm just telling you what I see as a fan and as a person who's been involved in wrestling for years. That's the problem. People are, well, what was the problem with pro wrestling today? That's what it is. They're not telling stories anymore. Their stories are, look how athletic I am. I'm going to out-athletic you. That's the story they're telling. That's what they're telling. Watch how many flips I can do. Watch. You'll see. I can do all these gymnast moves. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. And then you tell me Shawn Michaels is your favorite wrestler? Clearly, you didn't watch Shawn Michaels as a kid. Clearly, you didn't. Because if you did, you would know that Shawn told stories in that goddamn ring. He made art. There's a reason why he wrestled on a fucking canvas. It's because he painted art every time he was out there. I mean, Jesus. Jesus. It's insane how bad it is. And it's only going to get worse, folks. So. But, listen, that's it. I'm not going to go any further. Done. That was SmackDown. That was Rampage. While SmackDown was much better than Raw on Monday, it's lackluster. Now, I know I heard the big story out this week that Raw goes back to PG-14 starting Monday. Big fucking whoop. The people on the TV still have to make you believe it. And everybody's sensitive, and everybody's worried about being canceled because of their stupid brand on the internet. You ain't getting PG-14. You're going to get some watered-down bullshit version of it. I'm telling you now. Bottom line is this. Until I see Alexa Bliss making out with Liv Morgan or something crazy like that, you ain't getting no attitude ever. You ain't getting no PG-14. You might get a little bit of blood. That's it. Guys are going to start bleeding again. But for what? If it means nothing, what are you bleeding for? What are you bleeding for? What are you going to start saying? Ass again? Ooh. What, they don't have to say I'm going to kick your butt anymore? They don't have to, or they can, it's just so dumb. So dumb. And I don't know if they have writers in WWE. I don't know what goes on there, but if they do have writers, I would fire everybody in that fucking room. I'd be like, you, get the fuck out. Never come back. Clearly you don't know how to write wrestling. But this is a shine job. Everybody thinks it is a shine job. Nick Khan is there to literally liquidate that fucking company because eventually they're getting rid of that shit. Like, we've been in this business for 70 years. We are done. We have nothing more to give. Here. This was our gift to you. And whoever buys it will bury it right into the fucking ground because they have no idea what they're going to do with it. They're going to liquidate it. It's going to be a library on somebody's streaming network. And the AEW and all these, it'll go back to territories. Go back to territories. Which it might not be a bad idea. Might not be a terrible idea when you think about it. But maybe that's what has to happen. The business has to destroy to be rebuilt. Maybe that's what has to happen. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that's the review. That's the Rampaging Smack Talk for this Friday. I hope you all enjoy it. I mean, you can watch it back on the video on demand. It'll be here. I'm going to put it on YouTube, so it's going to be on YouTube for all you YouTube people. And please tell me what you think. Write in the comments. I'd love to argue with one of you young guys now that think this is good. Please. I'd love to go back and forth. I would. So if you think that what I'm saying is wrong, please comment. And I'll gladly talk to you. We could talk it out. I'm a fucking gentleman. I'm not a savage. I'm not an animal. I might be a savage, but I'm not an animal. I can talk it out with you. But I'm going to make you, I'm telling you, I will make my points. You might not like them, but I will fucking make them. So please, I'm open to hearing anything anybody has to say. You think this was good? You think what my assessment of what I just said to you was wrong? Please try and correct me. Because I would love to hear your side. I would love to see you make sense of Jeff Jarrett reffing a tag team match when the only tag team he was ever in was with Owen Hart for about 3 or 4 months before Owen, may he rest in peace, died. Why is Jeff Jarrett reffing a tag match? It makes no goddamn sense. Goodbye.